is plug this in with this nice flat against the wall. You'll see. My daddy gave me that necklace, isn't it pretty? With the flat against the wall plug here, which we love. This is that reinforced braided cable, which will never tangle and not fray. It's kind of what we need these days because everything that we're doing involves being plugged in at some point, right? This means you can actually push that bed or push that couch all the way to the wall and then turn that outlet into 9 because you'll be using this instead. And all of those cumbersome different size blocks and bricks are going to be able to fit perfectly on the cube. And here, of course, are your USBs. I'll show you the colors. This one is what we are calling the pastel multi, and it's going to be included with the white. Everyone will get a white one and a fun one. And a fun one as well. So this pastel multi is just unreal. I'm sorry. This is like cotton candy dreams. I'm obsessed. Look how pretty the cord is. I cannot. It's just beautiful, beautiful. Right here is the blue. This is called classic blue. Again, you'll also get the white with it. The plum. Very pretty on the plum. This is the one my mother would want. And then here's the white with it. And then last but definitely not least, very popular, is the black and the white. We have Stephanie McKee here with us. Hi, Stephanie McKee, electronics extraordinaire, triathlete extraordinaire, teacher, art teacher extraordinaire.
That's true.
Like, who knows tech, art, and is also a triathlete? That is wild.
Thank you, Natasha.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good to see you, sweetheart.
Another athlete here. Just got to gas each other up for a little bit. All right, so I'm obsessed with this just like you are. The colors are so fun. This comes to us from Tech Impressions, a brand made exclusively for HSN. And we really bring you the best of the best. Our surge protectors and outlet multipliers are customer picks on hsn.com. We never have enough outlets in our home. This is going to take one outlet and turn it into 9. You've got on all 4 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, grounded 3-pronged AC outlets. Now on the front, this is the real game changer. I use this every single day. 1, 2, 3 fast charging USB inputs and the USB-C. So this is not only going to charge your electronics faster, but no longer do you have to run around looking for the wall block, wasting tons of money on these wall blocks. You now can plug your cords directly into the input. And I promise you, I do this every day, and I'm like, I'm really glad I didn't have to go find a wall block.
Yes.
This is my very last one with the USB-C input. A lot of phones and new electronics are going to USB-C, and a lot of companies are no longer giving us the wall blocks, so we really need something like this. And remember, you are getting 2 to help us charge up all of our electronics. It also is moving your outlet. So 10-foot cord. I could walk this to another room. I mean, this is a huge braided cord. It's really sturdy and durable because it is providing so much power to those 9 outlets. But I will kind of just show you over here. I'll take a mosey, okay? So say my outlet on my wall is like behind my couch, and I want to be on the edge of my couch charging my phone. Look how far. So this is 10 whole feet. I am putting my outlet on the table next to the couch. If your outlet is behind the headboard of your bed, you are now using that 10-foot cable and extending and moving that outlet without having to hire an electrician. I mean, call me cheap, but sometimes I hate those few $100 costs of being like, yeah, come out to the house, give me a quote of what it would cost to move this outlet that's behind the headboard of the bed to a more convenient spot. Now you can do it.
This is why a lot of people always wanted to, and having the 2-pack makes so much sense, because having one for the bedroom is a must-have, and then having one for the couch or the living room, wherever that second kind of home base in your home is. This is how you have all your phones, your tablets, you know, whatever smartwatches you're using, everything that we basically, you know, live with and on today is going to be so much more accessible to you when you're able to move an outlet 10 feet closer to you. But also, if you just use this only purely for behind your television or where your computer system might be, it's going to change everything. You will never have to worry about, did I have enough space on that surge protector? You'll actually be able to fit whatever size the cumbersome blocks and bricks are on each end, because of course they're not going to take up the real estate of the one next to it now that it's on that cube design and shape. And you do not want to unplug the wrong brick when you're trying to find a space to plug something in. If you unplug the wrong brick, it can be the difference between it taking an hour for your internet to restart or for your TV to have to be reset up, and then I'm just completely, you know, up the lake without a paddle. I cannot get back from unplugging my television. I know this for a fact now. I've learned this.
Can't set it back up.
I cannot set it back up, but I know how to plug something in. So if I have the space to plug it in, this is what we want. And the same thing I think applies, because that surge protection in those places where the TV is and the computer are, that's where you really don't want a surge to fry your electronics, only to find out, like, wait, why did that not protect my electronics? Oh, my surge protection expired on my old ones?
Did you know?
I mean, that's a very scary thing, to lose all of our most, you know, valued electronics because lightning struck or there was a power surge and you had something for more than the allotted time and none of your electronics were protected.
Yeah, so we've talked about adding more outlets and moving it to the most convenient spot, but let's talk a little bit now about surge protection. So I live in a house from 1954. I have some of these definitely behind my TV. I used to have this. I've pulled this out of my living room and brought it here because I want to show you that you can find the manufacture date on your old surge protectors. It's going to be a small little number on the back. Maybe you have the power strips that are yellowing with age. They're collecting dust on the floor. They're not very cute. How long ago did you get that? If it was more than 5 years ago, the surge protection is expired. I also have one that looks like this. It's only 6 outlets and it takes up 2 of the wall outlets, whereas ours only takes up 1. So this also was expired. So mine are from 2013. I thought I got these just the other year. Time really flies. If your surge protectors are more than 5 years old, it's time to update. When the power in my house surges and anything that's plugged directly into the wall, well, let's just say it was plugged into this old surge protector. When this surge protector takes a hit, it can only do that so many times before that ability wears out. So if you've had surge protectors for more than 5 years, it's time to update. They may still be powering the devices that are plugged into them, but they are not protecting them from surges. Whether it's just a small little flicker of the lights or the power goes down, you know, it's summer storm season, we're seeing more hurricanes and, heaven forbid, floods and all of these, you know, natural occurrences. Those power surges in your home can fry your devices, but not if you have them plugged into this.
I asked the power company how, you know, what I should do to try to protect my electronics from power surges here, and they said that they could apply a surge protector like to my home, and it wouldn't just be a one-time fee, it would be a monthly fee of $45. And they said for a monthly fee of $45, we can apply that. I was like, first of all, why doesn't that just exist in everyone's home already? But okay. But I thought, okay, for $45, that's a monthly ongoing fee, or I can pay it once, right? And not have to pay it every month. Get 2 of them and put it where all of those electronics are that I'm trying to protect. You know, I want to use this for the TV and where all my entertainment system is, and I want to use it where the computer, the office system is, where all of those electronics are. And if I have that surge protection and I plug it in, it's going to be there for years and years, safe and good to go, protecting all of my investments, and I don't have to worry about paying an ongoing monthly fee for it. And if the time comes where there's those lightning strikes or the power outages, I can rest assured. And now the best thing is you can actually tell here when it's working, when it's not. You just flip the little switch, and it's as simple as that. You don't have to do anything to activate it.
That's right. You know, Natasha, I asked my electric company about updating my house too, and it would be many thousands of dollars. So I'm not really prepared right now, but I have updated surge protectors. So we do have the flip of the switch here that helps you know if everything is powered on or not, and then this helps you know that everything is grounded and protected. It is a red and a green light. Those are supposed to be on. So get an updated surge protector. Not only do you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 3-pronged grounded AC outlets, you also get the inputs up front. This is future-proofing your home. My home, like I said, built in 1954. If I were to try and update my outlets to add the USB and the USB-C inputs, it also would be very expensive. Unless you built your home yesterday, you probably don't have this in your outlets. But this is the way everything is going. Like I said, the companies are getting rid of the little wall blocks. We're going out, we're spending money on all of those blocks, where instead we could just get one of the lowest prices we've ever done on the Tech Impressions Cube Power Block, and you are no longer having to find all of those blocks to plug everything in. Just plug them directly into the bottom here.
Even having them for a kitchen, because you know, you can't, always have all of your appliances right there next to where the outlet is in the kitchen, whether you're, preparing a larger meal, you have a couple of those appliances out. This is such an easy way to bring the power to you. You have 10 feet of extension with it. These are upgraded, braided, it's called the cord, but it really, this is one of those upgraded braided cords where you see it, you're gonna say, okay, this is probably the nicest cord of anything that I own in my home. You know it's not going to tangle, you know it's going to have that protection and not fray, and you are going to get the white one either way. If you love the white, that's always been the most popular, but in this new configuration, it is $15 off. Yes, $15 off. You're getting a second one as well. So with that $15 flex pay, it's about $7.50 per cube to get home on Flex, totally free shipping and handling. So everyone will get the white one, but I think if you want to celebrate a little bit, if you're into the dopamine dressing for your home, please consider this lovely pastel multicolor. I just think she's so pretty, and the fact that the cord actually matches it too. Grab it for the kids' room, grab it for the craft room, grab it for the bedroom, the bathroom, whatever it may be. You see it kind of looks like that periwinkle, but there's just this really fun, like light pinky purple, just like a cotton candy unicorn theme. It's so cute.
You can't find that anywhere else.
No, you can't. I'm so glad you guys created this one. And even the cord itself is this light purple with tiny little specks of pink in it. I just think it's so pretty. And here again is a perfect example. If you've ever pushed a couch against the wall or pushed the bed against the wall and you've heard that dreaded crack, it's because the plug itself was not meant to be flush with the wall, and whatever furniture you pushed ended up not just damaging the plug and the prongs, but also damaging your outlet. And that can be expensive and incredibly dangerous. So these are those upgraded new cords and plugs that are going to make everything a little bit more, let's just say, luxurious. And if you didn't think that using an outlet and using your plugs could be a more luxurious experience than you hadn't yet tried, kind of like, it's the penthouse. It's the penthouse in the building. You're gonna get all your plugs in. They're gonna all fit. You're getting 2 of them, plus the USBs, plus the elevated cord in the plug.
When I use my power station, I feel like a responsible adult. I feel like I have my life organized because I have enough space to plug everything in. Just yesterday, I was baking. I got out the blender. I'm like, look at this charging station. I don't need to unplug the microwave. I can plug any device that I have in my kitchen right into this power cube. You can have enough space for everything in the kitchen. The food processor, I got a little mini food processor recently. Maybe your smart home hub is in there as well. Maybe you just want a charging station for everyone in your family, the kids, the grandkids, right there on the kitchen countertop. We've put padded feet on here. It's not going to scratch or scuff anything up. We've put holes so you can hang this on the wall if you truly want it to seem like your outlet has moved. You've got all of those charging opportunities that you can mount on the wall, but I love it just on a countertop. In an office, you need a charging station. I really do feel like I am stress-free when I have this in my office because I've got my computer, I've got multiple computers actually, phones, my little desk treadmill. I plug it all into this and I have space.
I love that. And if you have your EcoFlow from here, your generator, but when it comes time to use it, you don't want to necessarily have to huddle all around the EcoFlow to use whatever devices that you're charging. This is going to be a very convenient lifesaver to actually keep the EcoFlow wherever it is, and you can still sit in your chairs and charge whatever you are using it for because you have that 10 feet now of additional space. So I recommend using it for something like that. Just think about taking an outlet 10 feet closer to where you want it to be, turning that outlet into 9 outlets, and also having faster charges when you're using a USB-C outlet here that you see on that blue, the cobalt blue. That's our second most limited. It'll be the second to sell out.
Pretty.
You know what the first one to sell out is going to be though, Stephanie?
The pastel multi?
That's right.
Really?
Because
it's so cute.
Because she's so beautiful.
She's special.
And if you love the plum, I'll show you this one another time. This is the plum. Again, remember, everyone's going to get a white as well. And then, of course, you have the black and white, which is very neutral. But the plum still has that matching plum cord. And it's just a nice kind of deep cranberry tone. I think if you're going to keep it on your desk, you might as well like looking at it, And on the desk can be a very stressful place to try to be plugging things in next to the bed, the nightstand area. And if you have the one side where everything's plugged in, the other person can't be holding their phone while it's charging or whatever it may be. Now you can actually just take that outlet to you, use it when you're charging it, and then just put it right back again on your nightstand, on the ground, whatever it may be. It's just a world of convenience.
You're gonna be amazed at how long this cord actually is when you get it home. You're like, oh, I can put an outlet absolutely anywhere. I wanna remind you one more time about surge protection. We do need to update our surge protectors, almost like a carton of milk. They can expire. So I had these old, power strips that were yellowing with age laying around the house. The manufacturers are required to put the manufacturer date on the back. You can look on the back, it's probably gonna be really small. If these are more than 5 years old, their surge protection has expired. So when the power surges in your home, it takes a hit, and it can only do that for about 5 years. There's not a brand out there that makes one of these that lasts for longer. But at a great value today, you can update those surge protectors. A lot of people get multiple packs of 2 because they have these in every room in the house. So giftable and so practical. It's an essential. That's why we have sold thousands, and we've only premiered this recently. Tech Impressions is a brand made for HSN. This is exclusive, and it is not only making your life more convenient by giving you all the ports, whereas before you only had one, giving you that long cord to put this in the most convenient space, you are also protecting the investment of all of the electronics in your home when you update those old surge protectors. I mean, I know the host Helen Keeney had a neighbor who had 3 huge flat screen TVs that were completely fried because they were plugged into the wall when lightning struck.
Oh no.
They didn't have them plugged into this.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, wherever your TVs are plugged in, or of course the desk area, just think about those electronics. If you don't want to deal with the headache, it's a real nightmare if there's already a storm that's scary enough to do a power surge or an outlet surge, and then now you can't use your electronics and they're fried, and you thought they were protected because you had the old surge protectors. I mean, this is something where no one ever throws these out because you can never have too many of them, so we just keep using them. But when they're expired, essentially what you're getting is one plug. You would think maybe it's turning into 6, but how often do you actually use all 6 of these anymore? Nowadays, you're using maybe 3, 4 if you're really lucky, because everything has a larger block.
Yeah, it's not a good design.
Everything is going to take up about 2. So then you start thinking, okay, well, if it's the big one, I'll put it right down here at the bottom. Oh gosh, I have another big one now. Okay, now that one was right here. And with the cord coming out, I actually need to put it right here. And okay, now I can forget that. Just use the cube, and it doesn't matter what the size or the length or the width of any of those blocks are, because each one is going to have its own plane. And when it has its own plane, it can extend out as long as it wants, or even from the top as much as it wants. Doesn't matter what direction the cord is going. They will all have their own space. Plus, you will have your 3 USB-A's and that USB-C that you see that Stephanie is holding. Stephanie, it was so good seeing you today.
Great to see you too.
When's your next triathlon?
Oh gosh, I really would love to train for another one next year. They're every spring, so I almost have a year.
She'd love to train for another triathlon.
It's fun.
We are not the same, and I appreciate you, and I am inspired by you. It was really good seeing you.
Good
Thank
to
you for
see you
being
too.
a part of this show. If you